My wife and my best friend betrayed me on the same night, but they had no idea who was listening. The night my marriage ended, I wasn't supposed to be home. That's the part that still gives me chills. If my flight hadn't been cancelled because of a storm, if I hadn't decided to surprise my wife instead of getting a hotel, if I had arrived even 20 minutes later, I probably would still be married right now. Still completely blind. At the time, I was 34 years old. Married for 6 years to my wife, Natalie. And my best friend Marcus had been part of my life for almost 15 years. Birthdays, vacations, barbecues, late night calls after family deaths. He was basically my brother. Or at least I thought he was. That night, I got home around 11:40 p.m. The house lights were off except for the kitchen. I remember smiling to myself because I imagined Natalie falling asleep on the couch waiting for me. I quietly unlocked the door, trying not to wake her. And then I heard laughing. Not normal laughing. Intimate laughing. The kind of laughter people share when they think nobody else exists in the world. At first, my brain genuinely didn't understand what I was hearing. Then I heard Marcus's voice. And suddenly my entire body went cold. I moved toward the kitchen slowly, still trying to convince myself there had to be some harmless explanation. Maybe friends stopped by. Maybe they were drinking. Maybe I was paranoid. Then I heard Natalie say something I'll never forget for the rest of my life. I swear, if Daniel ever found out, it would destroy him. And Marcus laughed. Actually laughed. Then he answered. He'll never know. He trusts us too much. I physically stopped breathing for a second. There's a weird moment when your entire reality shatters where everything becomes unnaturally quiet. Like your brain disconnects from your body to protect you. I stood there listening while they casually discussed their affair like it was office gossip. According to them, it had already been happening for almost 8 months. 8 months. Family dinners. Vacations. Football games. Birthdays. All fake. And the worst part? They seemed completely comfortable. No guilt. No hesitation. Just two people mocking the man who trusted the most. At one point Marcus literally said, I almost feel bad sometimes. And Natalie replied, Don't. Honestly, Daniel's too emotionally dependent on me to leave anyway. That sentence changed something inside me permanently. Because suddenly I realized they didn't just betray me. They disrespected me completely. I wish I could say I stormed into the kitchen dramatically. I didn't. Honestly, I just stood there frozen listening until Marcus finally noticed me. The expression on his face still haunts me sometimes. Pure terror. Natalie turned around immediately after seeing his reaction. And I'll never forget how fast the color disappeared from her face. Nobody spoke for several seconds. Then Natalie whispered, Daniel. Like somehow saying my name softly would undo what I'd heard. Marcus immediately started talking first. People always say guilty people panic intelligently. That's a lie. They panic selfishly. He instantly started minimizing everything. It's not what you think. We were going to tell you. It just happened. Just happened. 8 months just happened. I remember looking at Natalie waiting for her to deny something. Anything. Instead, she started crying immediately. And honestly, that made me angrier than the cheating itself. Because suddenly she wanted sympathy after treating me like a joke behind my back for nearly a year. Then Marcus tried touching my shoulder. Huge mistake. I shoved him so hard he nearly fell into the counter. And for the first time in my entire life, I genuinely understood how people snap emotionally. Not because I wanted violence. Because betrayal creates a kind of pain that doesn't feel human at first. It feels chemical. Like poison entering your bloodstream. Marcus eventually left while Natalie stayed crying in the kitchen. And then came the part that truly destroyed me. Natalie admitted this wasn't even the first time she cheated. Apparently, there had been emotional affairs before Marcus too. Co-workers. Old exes. Private conversations online. And suddenly my entire marriage started feeling fake retroactively. Every I love you. Every anniversary. Every memory. Contaminated. That night I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. Honestly, I think I was in shock. I grabbed a backpack, drove to a cheap hotel, and spent the entire night staring at the ceiling, unable to process reality. The next morning, I made the mistake that almost ruined me emotionally. I answered Natalie's calls. At first, she sounded devastated, begging, crying, apologizing. She kept saying, "It didn't mean anything. I love you. I made a mistake." But the more we talked, the more the truth slowly surfaced. This wasn't a mistake. It was a second relationship hidden inside my marriage. And somehow that hurt even more. Over the next few weeks, everything became uglier. Friends picked sides. Families got involved. Rumors spread. And of course, Marcus immediately started painting himself as the victim somehow. According to mutual friends, he told people, Daniel became emotionally distant and Natalie felt lonely. I genuinely couldn't believe the audacity. Imagine sleeping with your best friend's wife for 8 months and still trying to morally justify yourself afterward. That level of selfishness terrified me. Meanwhile, Natalie kept desperately trying to save the marriage. At one point, she even showed up outside my job crying. And honestly, that's when I finally realized something important. She wasn't devastated because she betrayed me. She was devastated because she got caught. There's a huge difference. Real remorse looks different from panic. Panic is about consequences. Remorse is about empathy. Natalie mostly seemed horrified that her comfortable life was collapsing. And once I saw that clearly, something inside me emotionally detached completely. But the real nightmare started during the divorce process. Because suddenly I discovered how much hidden debt Natalie accumulated secretly during our marriage. Luxury bags, trips, credit cards, online shopping, tens of thousands of dollars. Apparently, while I was working overtime trying to build our future, she was secretly financing a fantasy lifestyle. And somehow Marcus was deeply involved too. The affair wasn't just emotional or physical. They'd been spending money together constantly. Hotels, concerts, weekend trips I knew nothing about. I remember sitting in my lawyer's office staring at financial records feeling physically sick. Because betrayal becomes so much worse when you realize someone was destroying your future behind your back while pretending to love you. Around that time, I completely isolated myself emotionally. I stopped answering calls, stopped going out, stopped trusting anyone. And honestly, the loneliness after betrayal is hard to explain unless you've lived it. Because you stop questioning only the relationship. You start questioning your entire judgment as a person. How did I not see this? How stupid was I? Did everyone secretly know except me? Those thoughts become dangerous if you stay alone with them too long. Then something unexpected happened. About 4 months after separation, Marcus contacted me directly. Not to apologize. To ask for money. I genuinely thought it was a joke at first. Apparently, Natalie and Marcus's relationship had collapsed almost immediately after the divorce became real. Shocking, I know. Turns out relationships built on betrayal usually aren't emotionally stable. According to Marcus, Natalie became paranoid constantly, checking his phone, accusing him of cheating, starting arguments daily. Funny how trust disappears when two dishonest people date each other. But here's the craziest part. Marcus admitted Natalie had been telling him for months that I was emotionally weak and financially irresponsible, which wasn't even remotely true. She literally rewrote my identity privately to justify betraying me. That realization hurt more than I expected. Because betrayal is one thing. But watching someone completely distort who you are emotionally, that breaks something deeper. I ended the call immediately after Marcus asked for money. And honestly, hearing desperation in his voice healed me more than therapy had at that point. Because for the first time, I stopped seeing them as powerful people who destroyed my life. I saw two deeply selfish people destroying themselves. A few months later, I officially finalized the divorce. And I expected to feel devastated afterward. Instead, I felt calm. Not happy. Not triumphant. Just calm. Because slowly I started realizing something important. The marriage I missed never truly existed the way I believed it did. I loved a version of Natalie that only existed while I was being lied to. That realization changed everything. About a year later, I ran into Natalie unexpectedly at a grocery store. And honestly, she looked completely different. Not physically, emotionally, exhausted, anxious, older somehow. She asked if we could talk for a few minutes. Against my better judgment, I agreed. And within 10 minutes, she admitted everything collapsed after the affair became public. Friends distanced themselves. Her family lost trust in her. Marcus cheated on her repeatedly. At one point, she quietly admitted, "I ruined the best thing I ever had." Hearing that felt strange, because for months after the betrayal, I dreamed about her regretting everything. I imagined it healing me somehow, but standing there looking at her, I didn't feel victorious. I just felt free. That's the only word for it. Free. Because finally, I understood something that took me years to accept. Closure doesn't come from revenge. It comes from realizing the people who betrayed you were already broken long before they broke your heart. Before leaving, Natalie asked me one final question. "Do you think you'll ever forgive me?" And honestly, my answer surprised even me. I told her, "I probably already have. I just don't trust you anymore." She started crying immediately, but for the first time, her tears no longer affected me emotionally, because healing quietly changes you. One day, the people who shattered your world become strangers carrying memories instead of power. And honestly, that's when you finally realize you survived.